Hello everyone. Today we are going to see section number 4, that is our 4.1. The title of drama is History of Novel, part 2. Already the last lecture we have studied the part 1st. Within the part 1st we studied an introduction of novel, the history of novel, what is the back reference of novel, and the definition of the novels. We have just studied in the part 1st. Part 2, today we will see the elements of novels and novella. Novel words and novella is the same. Novella means new. The meaning of novella is new. Elements of novel. There are 6 types of elements of the novel. With the help of these 6 novel or 6 points, we can understand the novel, how it's become a novel. The first elements of the novel, the theme first. What is the theme? Theme is the central idea in the novel, which can be expressed in the narrative. It is the philosophical statement or truth which the writer has put forth through the narration of the series of the events in the story and character acting in the particular settings. In the themes, second one is the plot. Plot is essential, the story of the course of events that makes up the theme. It is created by the conflicts, either internal inside mind of the character or external with other characters of entire. Plot may be simple, one plot, or complex, consisting interweaving of many subplots. In plots, there are consisting plot, the subplots that the one plot, the complex consisting interweaving some subplots. It is in a plots. Plot is essentially the story of the course of event that makes the theme. Both are means theme and plot. They are connected. Without plot, there is no theme, or without plot, there is no theme, or without theme, there is no plot. Third one is the characters. The characters, main characters, sub characters, side characters. The characterization is related to the plot as the course of events take place because the certain behavior of the characters. The course because the certain behavior of the characters. There are the main characters in the novel. Others are some sub characters, villains also. Depiction of character can be ranged from the thunders. Sketch of depth, wordly, highly detailed verbal sketch. The important characters may have been described in every aspect of the writer. The minor characters are not given much importance. The reader follows the action once main character through the novel. This character is referred as the protagonist. Protagonist is the main characters. And the conflict is with the character entity or force internal external which is known as the antagonist. Protagonist and antagonist. Some are internal external characters that the antagonist, that is called antagonist, but those who are focuses, major characters, they call the protagonist. The setting, next one, the setting. Setting is the background which the story takes place. There are several aspects of setting, include place, period, time, climate, or weather and lifestyle. Plot and character are two major elements are affected due to setting. There are several aspects of settings. With the help of setting, the 4 point setting in the novel, that next one, the conflicts. Conflict, the struggle between the opposite forces in the story is called conflict. Conflict is the story of provide. interest and curiosity about the plot. Language style. Language style. The language and the techniques used by the author for the narration of the course of events is known as the style. That is why in our last topic, the language style. The language style is a technique used by the author by the narration of the course event is known as the style. An author can be extensive vocabulary, high phrases, or he may be laconic, would write only to point. He may mix both according to requirement for meeting the purpose. He may like linguistic devices make the narrative effective. All these factors decide the texture of the narration, create an impact of the readers. The language style. These elements of novels, within the elements of novels, how it is consisted, there are 6 points. The first is the theme, second one the plot, and third character, and fourth one is the setting, 5 conflict, and 6th one is the language style. These 6 types of elements of novel, types of novel. With the help of novel elements, there are some types in the lesson history of novels. That types of novel: realistic novel, picaresque novel. 3 is the historical novel or epistolary novel. 5 is the Gothic novel, and the 6 is the autobiographical novel. 7 is the autopoeia or despotin novel. 8 number is a psychological novel. 9 number stream of conscious novel, and veterans novel. So just we will see the one by one the types of novel. Realistic. The realistic novel is the fiction that gives the effects of realism. What is the reality? That realistic. In manners of, sometimes this is called a novel of manners, social manners, the status, social status. It may be characterized by its complex character which mix motives that are rooted in the social class. The character in the realistic and the interact with the other characters and undergo plus everyday experience. The picaresque novel. The word picaresque is originated from the Spanish word picar, which means the rogue. And picaresque novels narrate the adventures and protagonist, which is the erect or a desperate person in the episode from. Historical novel. Third one is the historical novel. Historical novel is a novel set in the period. What is the time? Duration time of the when the novel is the occur. Earlier than that the writing. Before writing that, the history of that novel is epistolary novel. The word epistolary derives from Latin and word epistle, which means letter. The epistolar novel is that which the writers present and narrative through series of correspondence or other documents, although letters are the most common basis of epistolary novel. Diary entries are also popular from this type. So, epistolary novel. The word that epistolary derives from Latin words. Epistolary, which means letter, after letter. That the epistolary letter is which the writer presents the narrative things that the series of correspondence. Other documents are the correspondence. Meanings of the epistle is that correspondence. Main focus is the most common basis of epistle. Diary entries are also popular for the types. Gothic novel. Gothic novel, the novel that includes terror, mystery, horror, thriller, supernatural, doom, death of decay and haunted buildings called the Gothic novels. The novel that include terror, terrorist, mysterious, horror, dangerous, thriller, and the supernatural, doom, death or decay, haunted, all dangerous things are included in the Gothic novel. Autobiographical novels. The autobiographical novel is the novel that based on the life of the authors. However, the author's changes the places, name of the characters, or even may change or avoid certain details of life. It may not be in the first person narration. Allegorical novel. The allegory is story that bears more than one of the meaning. The surface meaning of such novel is different from the syllable meaning of the symbolic meaning of the allegory may be political, religious, historical, philosophical. Optimium or diastome novel. Optimium is the imaginary community or society possessing the ideals, qualities. It is common literary themes, especially the science fiction and supernatural. The psychological, 8 number psychological. Psychological novel that was fiction that treats internal lives of protagonists, even characters as much as internal, external factors. Psychological. What is the effects of protagonist? Stream of conscious novel. Stream of conscious. What is the conscious or unconscious there? The phrase William James in the Traits Principles of Psychology in 1890. It means the flow of the through incidents. The plots are the sequence of their occurrence. The novelist narrates them as they enter the mind of character. Builds the novel. The German builds Soren that indicates growth in fictional, biography and autobiography. Biography and autobiography. Connected with the growth of the protagonist mind. Spirit and characters, their childhood and adulthood. In the first half of the 20th century, cut-up and magazines became popular, in which fantastic fiction is formed as a general entertainment. The masses was the printed on the cheap paper. The pulp fiction era providing building ground. Detective novels and science fiction. Science fiction is the genre of the supernatural. That the fictions dealing with imaginative concepts such as fantastic, that the setting futuristic science and technology, space travel, time parallelism. That is the novel, and it is based on that the science and technology genre flourished in the second half of the 19th century. In the last decades of their flourish, the detective fiction is the sub-genre of the crime fiction and mystery fiction is which the investor of the detective, either professional or amateur, investigation and crime of the murder. That is why it is a psychological. That the 10th, we have studied the types of novel. The 10th, and these are the novels which are all over India as well as national or international. Some novelists, dramatists are written some Indian reality. Some incidents are taken place in our India. That is why some national, international heroes, how they are written such types of the realistic way or historical or autobiographical. Some are autobiographical, some are biographical. Novels are included in the history of novels as well as the types of novels. In the part second, only elements of novels and types of novels. Studied the both parts. These parts are necessary for the history of novel. That is why this is the history of novel. Thank you.